a person. So, and I don't understand why people from another marginalized community are tone policing native creators. I don't understand that. This is absolutely insane to me. Like, I don't go around this app tone policing Black women and stating that their feelings are invalid and, oh, you took it the wrong way. And that's not what she meant. It's impact over intent. That's what it is. It's impact versus intent. So I don't like, I really don't know what else to say other than that. But I will go ahead and, do everybody the favor, and I'll just go ahead and post that so that people can see it. They can read it. And you can listen to what her voice clips were to me. She got me confused with another native TikTok creator. And I don't even think she knew who I was. And at one point I did support her. But like, I'm not going to, like, you don't get to invalidate my feelings and other native TikTok creators on how they feel that it was offensive. Like, the shit was offensive and it's disgusting. And that's what I have to say about that. And if anybody thinks that I was disrespectful to her about what I said, you all can come to me, you can message me, you can do, whatever, and we can have a conversation about it. But I'm not going to sit here and publicly apologize for what I said to her or my video, because my video wasn't disrespectful to her. It was addressing what she said and how she said it. That's it.
How come I can't hear? I just want to say this real quick to Chasing Pillows. I was in the other live when you were speaking, and I just want to say everything that you said was so eloquent and so eloquently put. And just shout out to you, because I don't know if anyone else saw it, but Chasing Pillows didn't take a side. But the things that you said were so facts and so on point, even in regards to Rabbi and attacking his race or ethnicity, and the fact that if any other creator on here or of another race said the N-word and just said they were mimicking a song or mimicking anything, it would be outrage, and it's no different here. But just the way that you did it was really eloquent. I just want to shout you out real quick.
I appreciate that, Keith.
I appreciate that. Yeah, I do. And I'm not asking anybody to take...
I appreciate that, Chasing Pillows.
I'm not asking anybody to take my side or to take a side, or, the court of public opinion is, the court of public opinion, right? So everything should be put out there. And I wasn't going to, because it was a private conversation. And I'm really kind of particular about that, but I guess inquiring minds want to know. So, let's get it. And I'll go ahead and I'll post it, so that everybody can see. I don't know if she's already posted it or whatever, but I don't have any issues doing that at all.
I would just like to say, I appreciate Victoria. I appreciate you coming up to speak. Cuban, I appreciate you acknowledging that. But Victoria, I completely agree. From the second in the comments, I was saying, I want to see the messages. I want to see what was said, because to me, I'm like, you're not really coming off. And I'm kind of like a good judge of character most of the time, not all times. But I'm just like, it doesn't really seem like you're going to run up in somebody's DMs and say, I want you to do this. I didn't really get that vibe from this video. So I was like, I want to see. And then somebody tagged me and was just like, well, it's not for me to show. I'm like, okay, so if we're going to get on here and just say, well, it was rude, this, that, and the third, where's the proof? Because I want to see, because everything that she says, she wants to see proof. She says that there's things that she does not speak on unless she sees proof. I can't feel any which way. I am not a minion. I don't follow. I don't just say, okay, well, you said it, so it has to be gospel. Nah, I want to see what was said. I want to see it. And the person told me, well, it's not for me to share. Well, who is it for? Who? I want to see it. I really want to see it.
If somebody would have asked me like, hey, can you post it? And I know that there are several probably other creators that do have it. So, it was my interaction and I'll go ahead and post it. So, and I'll make sure that my duets, my stitches, my saved videos are on, and I will make it public. So
And we'll
there
make
you
it
go. The
public
video that I
for
dropped
you,
yesterday was
sister.
public. Do what?
And we'll make it public for you, big sister.
Sure will. Sure will.
You made it public, I'll make it publicer. I mean, it is what it is. So I mean, I'll go ahead. I gotta run. I'm on my lunch and I'm getting back to work, but I'll go ahead and post it as soon as I get to my desk. And everybody can form their own opinion. If anyone, the 51 people that are in here, if anybody has any concerns, you can address them with me.
I just want to say, and I'm really disgusted. It's funny, but it's not funny. I have not spoken on any of this. I haven't made no videos. I haven't been in no lives. I haven't said shit. And of course, in that live, I end up being the blame and the orchestrator of it all. You guys are crazy. I ain't got nothing to do with this shit. I ain't the one who made the fucked up comments. I ain't the one who responded to the fucked up comments. I have stayed out of it. I am not Arab or indigenous. I mean, I am indigenous, but you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not going to speak for the indigenous community. I allow the indigenous community to do what they do, right? So
Well,
I have
and
stayed
I am
quiet.
a part of the Native community, but I'm not, TikTok chief and council either. I'm speaking for
Right.
me. I'm speaking
Right.
for me.
Well, because there's been past issues is why I didn't speak on it, right? Because everyone's going to think it's biased, right? I'm biased because there was past issues, right?
Right.
So I stayed. Rabbi, is that you? Go on mute. Oh,
That
that
is
might
not
be
me making
Victoria.
that noise.
Oh, okay. But yeah,
That
so
was
I'm not
the
gonna.
Rabbi.
So my thing is I'm not finna. I didn't speak on it because, like I said, everyone's gonna say I'm biased, so I've stayed out of it. So why people are saying in that live that it's my fault, y'all need to get out of here with that shit. Or saying in that live that it's my fault, y'all need to get out of here with that shit. Or saying in that live that it's my
There's
fault,
somebody echoing.
Victoria,
Somebody, yeah, somebody's echoing.
Yeah.
you're echoing. Oh
Yeah, there you
goodness.
go.
Ooh, that'll kill someone's nerves. But yeah, it was not my fault. Ain't got nothing to do with this. I didn't orchestrate shit. Blaze is over there saying that it's the Fold's fault, it's Cuban's fault, and that the Fold is going to attack Petty Row and attack her entire life. The Fold ain't got nothing to do with this.
From
Nor
the
do I.
minute I
And
saw Sobi in
and
the
my
comments,
response is I never mentioned
Hold
anything
on,
about her
Rap.
personal life like she's trying to do mine.
we can talk. Yeah,
Okay. I know you were trying to say something, Jason Pillows. I was just trying to.
yeah. Like,
My
Rabbi,
bad,
real
Bella.
quick, like real quick. I noticed in the comments. I saw the comments about you. Apparently, she was being a colorist, whatever the case. I don't understand what you had to do with the situation. Number one, number two. I saw from the moment Sobi got in that box. And
Yep.
Blaze being in those comments, I said, now here goes, they're going to ride these coattails until the wheels fall off on another situation now. Like, I'm just like, this is ridiculous. Cause like, it's not that I'm a follower. It's not that anybody's my favorite, but what's right is right and what's wrong is wrong. There's so many things that she says.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
So my thing was in that live, as I was watching, is the narrative that that she pushed about knowing that this is happening because we're trying to protect Zeno was just outrageous because we've all denounced Zeno for his fuck shit. Rabbi went up there in the box and told him to his face that he was pretty much dead to him or unalive to him. You know what I'm saying? So to twist that narrative, saying that we're doing this to protect Zeno was insane. Two, if you were going up there and doing your live, the initial live, and it was about Zeno and the fuck shit Zeno was doing, hey, it is what it is. But why would you have to bring any of the things that he did in his live or mimic any of the things that he did? Because it had nothing to do with the pictures that he was passing around. Like, none of it was necessary. None of it was in context. None of it had anything to do with the situation at hand, which is the outrageous shit that he did, the egregious shit he did. And so, referring to Native Americans, India, and and Middle Eastern all in the same sentence was didn't make no damn sense because nobody was from India. So you wouldn't have to defer or try to separate the difference between Indians from India and Native Americans because India, he's not from India. So like, and again, the minute you say, I'm not trying to be racist, but there's going to be some bigoted shit after that. You know what I mean? And that's just is what it is. And this isn't because I don't fuck with Petty Rowe. It's just that shit was not necessary. You were talking about that egregious shit that Zeno did as you should, as everyone should, as everyone, I'm saying he needs to be held accountable by whomever felt offended or had an opinion about it. But that had nothing to do with what she did had nothing to do with the context of what they were talking about. And you said it like, again, I'm going to reiterate for those who didn't hear Chasing Pillows say in the other live that if any other race outside of Black would have used the N-word, whether it be in a song, whether it be, mimicking or repeating what someone else said, would not be accepted. And they were saying that she took accountability and she didn't take accountability. She doubled down. And it's sad because they were making it sound like, well, why didn't someone just talk to me? And Victoria tried to talk to her off the app, respectfully. Not coming crazy or none of that shit. Like respectfully. Mm-hmm. But it's always a deflection. I don't know what was going on when I got there in the live. You guys may have been there before me, but when I got in there, the first thing I heard is, when did I colorize Cuban? How's my name even in it?
I don't understand that. I didn't understand
I was not there. I have not been on any lives. Mm-hmm. I haven't been anywhere.
If I may, just one thing right quick. Mm-hmm. I want to apologize to the indigenous community, to the Black women and the Black men that have been getting attacked through lateral violence, because it was unnecessary and it was nonsensical to even bring up the indigenous community in that conversation in the first place. Now that community is being attacked because somebody said something really offensive. And people are telling them that, they just need to shut up and deal with it. It's their fault, stuff like that. And none of this would have happened had that one piece of I'm not going to get you loud banana. Had that one person not did what he did and been Middle Eastern. I'm not understanding the lateral violence at all. Because that's what it is.
His race had nothing to do with the egregious shit he did. And it wasn't just towards one community of women. It was several different communities of women that he did it to. I don't even know why his race was brought into it or why your name was brought into it, because you have nothing to do with his egregious actions.
And y'all would agree that I'm very distinguishable between me and Zeno, right? Because I don't know how people got confused about who we are.
I would agree.
She didn't get confused. She said you're no different than, you're just like Zeno, is what she said.
Oh.
As far as race, that's how your name got brought up.
Oh, well, he's Kurdish. I'm Arab. There are 22 countries in the Middle East that we have origins in, and we're not all the same. Don't monolith us. I don't monolith other communities. Don't do that to mine. And I also wanted to just ask one rhetorical question. How can you take something out of context that they repeatedly double, tripled, and quadrupled down on by saying it's the sound Arabs make before they throw the thing, and then how is that taken out of context?
Well, like Chasing Pillows said, I think it was you, Pillows. Chasing Pillows said that Ernie, whatever her name is Arab or Middle Eastern. And said that they were not offended. And like Chasing Pillows says, you don't get to speak for the whole community though. Right. Just like maybe not all the indigenous. It's a possibility that not all the indigenous community was taken back by it. That does not mean that the rest of the community doesn't have a voice and have feelings.
Right.
And that's what Chasing Pillows was trying to say. Like, our feelings are not a monolith either, right? Mm-hmm. Our perceptions, our belief systems, our culture, how we were raised, where we were raised. People who were born in different countries of a certain race and ethnicity may have been raised totally different culturally than over here of the same race and ethnicity. It's none of it's a monolith.
Yep.
And we also understand that there are things that are culturally based that are sacred and protected. And just because someone from that community says or does something, it doesn't give you the right from another community to even repeat it, just like was stated. If a white person says the N-word because a black person said it, he's still racist.
Exactly my point. Exactly my point. And my thing is this, to add on to the whole, like, they don't speak for the whole Middle Eastern community. It's besides that, they are a pusher. So they're going to stand 10 toes for their leader or whoever, their creator that they follow. And I understand that. Like, it's cool. Like I said before, I'm sure there's times, we're not all perfect. There's going to be times, like, especially when you're dealing with your own people, that meaning, like, that could be your friends, your family, whatever the case is, that you're going to say things that aren't politically correct. That's okay. That's fine. It is what it is. We're human beings. But you get on a live, it's different now. You get on a live, you have your following of at least 100+ people that are going to just ride or die for whatever you're saying. It's more harmful than they can fathom at this point. You're mocking somebody else, like you're mocking somebody's culture. It's like, come on.
And that one person, and like you said, and that one person that is a pusher and a follower, their feelings are valid too. They have a right to say that they weren't offended. There's nothing wrong with that. But that doesn't, you can't silence those or disrespect those who do have a feeling or a voice.
Well, on that point too, though, she specifically named a group of people from the Middle East. She said Arabs. Now, just because you're from the Middle East, you're not Arab, right? We have a whole diaspora out there. There's a lot of diversity. And that individual is in fact not Arab. They are Lebanese, they are Middle Eastern, they are not Arab. So you don't have to be offended. It wasn't your people that was talked about. It wasn't your people that was compared to another group of people on some, I can't identify who's who shit. You know what I'm saying? And if anybody got up here and said that two black people looked alike that didn't, or that they couldn't tell the difference, people would get mad.
Facts.
And then for her to turn around and say she did not do so maliciously, why did you keep repeating, throw the thing, and then things go, why?
And you have to remember, and I don't know Zeno's motive for it, if Zeno was doing it, but you have to understand a lot of people in the Middle East are attacked and called terrorists all the time, right? So a lot of time to deal with that, you'll deflect by making jokes about it, right? So even if that person would make a joke about their own community or their own attacks that they've had against them, I don't know what the case may be, doesn't give a right, the right to another community to do so.
Exactly.
I make jokes against my own community all the time because of the shit that I hear on a daily basis. But again, that doesn't mean you can say it.
That's why I'm saying a lot of people that are just agreeing, and I'm waiting for Victoria to post those messages because I really want to see what was said. But a lot of people are just sitting there agreeing and saying, well, she atoned for what happened and she apologized. Is it really an apology, though, if you get on here and pretty much stand on what you said?
That's not an apology.
That's
not an apology.
Twin, I don't know if you caught the videos that I sent you, but she said in these little videos on that live that she did not do so with malicious intent, which is false. We can clearly see that. But then she said, if I'm wrong.
Again the second day, though, but she did it again the day after on her live.
Right.
Again.
And then she said, if I was wrong, you could have came to me respectfully and tried to educate me. You are a grown woman. You are over 40 years old, correct? Why would I have to tell you right from wrong at 40 years old? Unless you are really that uneducated or you are that socially ignorant, at which point that speaks volumes. Why would anybody follow somebody that doesn't understand that?
There's a lot of people who don't know a lot of things, right? And so I think one of the indicators is someone said, where is he from again? Kurdish?
Yeah, he's Kurdish.
Okay. So someone in the comments had said, he's Kurdish. So she's like, Kurdish, she's like, I am not geographically inclined. Like, I don't know anything about geographics. And then proceeded to go on and do what she did. That's why she got India, Native American, and Middle Eastern all mixed up. but I mean, if you know this, then don't speak on it.
Right.
She
Right.
also said that we don't come from North Africa, and I'm like, I'm not sure you know where the Middle East is, but it clearly is Southwest Asia and North Africa. I mean,
Includes North Africa.
it's right there on the map.
All right, well, I'm gonna jump down. I just wanted to shout you out, Chasing Pillows. I know we don't really talk anymore, but I'm gonna give respect where respect is due. And what you said is something that most people need to keep in context in this whole conversation. And I hope people that heard you or heard me repeat what you said, keep repeating it, because that's really what is that matters in this whole context, to be honest.
I appreciate that. Thank you, Cuban.
Uh-huh.
Appreciate you for that. Rabbi, you
And
have
fellows,
anything else you wanna?
I know we haven't always seen eye to eye on everything, and I missed it, but I appreciate you sticking up for what's right.
That's all I do. I mean, listen, like, that's what I said before. Like I'm not gonna see eye to eye with everybody. We're all not gonna see eye to eye all the time. But at the end of the day, if I personally feel like something is wrong, I will say something. It doesn't matter. Like, so I was cool with a such and such character for a good little minute, but until they started acting up and moving differently, I blasted them out. I don't care. You know what I'm saying? Like, it is what it
You was
is.
in there when I snapped on Zeno, right?
Yeah, I heard everything. You
And
told the dude not to call you anymore. Like, you were just like, I'm over
but you
you.
heard exactly what I said when it came down to the chaos that he could create by doing what he did, because the stereotype against Middle Eastern men as is, and I'm like, you're being the poster child for that. You know what I'm saying? Like, as a parent, I'm horrified. Like, what if somebody do that to my kid? That's it. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, so I hit him on every aspect. I covered that, right? For the Middle East community. I can't check him as a Kurdish man because I'm Arab, but I can check him from being Middle Eastern. And the fact that they monolith us here, and most of the time people act like we don't exist until next month when September come up. Y'all can never forget that.
Right. Right.
But like I told him, what you did is creating violence against all of us in the Middle East. I'm going to catch shit for this because I'm a Middle Eastern man, even though you're Kurdish and I'm Arab, because that's how they monolith us. That's how they stereotype us here. Like, how did people miss that part? Y'all notice he didn't show no reaction to nobody up there until
at
I
all.
checked him culturally.
I was there for the entire live. That was a very draining live, but yeah. I'm not sure even even if she didn't watch the whole thing and she just came in on that part, I don't understand how it could be like misconstrued as like, well, you were backing. I don't understand that, because you made it very clear that you do not mess with him anymore. Like, don't call me.
Well, and exactly what I told him is what's happening now. I told him your actions are going to create chaos for the rest of us, and people are going to start saying racist shit to us and everything else. And now we got somebody saying that all Arabs like to make a noise and then throw things and then things go boom. Like, come on now.
Right.
You know, April was the first time it was officially established, Arab American Heritage Month, right? This
I
year.
don't know nothing about that. Yeah, but see, that's like, but
And
you're
y'all do know
educated.
the
You know what I'm
federal
saying? I don't
government
know about
itself
that.
calls us Middle Eastern, but the OBM that does the census, the Office of Business Management, they're the only ones that classify us as white. The federal government doesn't. And I'm still hearing people call Middle Eastern people white simply because you don't like them or they don't agree with you. But somebody who is paler than me with straight hair, because y'all know my shit thick and curly, but somebody paler than me with straight hair and all that looks like a white person, y'all will believe is Middle Eastern just because they agree with you. And that's offensive to me too.
I get it. I get that. I think it's invalidating. And I said that too. It's extremely invalidating for somebody to sit and question somebody's origin, regardless of how you feel, that's how you feel. But even in those comments, they're going back and forth. One person said that according to the US Census, Ravi's a white man and he's white. And then even the comments that she was making yesterday, talking about like you're beige or something, like I was like, what are we, or dingy or something
The
like that.
majority of Arabs are phenotypically pale skinned. They all look like me. Go look up the famous singers from Morocco, and there's a guy who is 100% lineage tied to and everything Morocco, and he real pale with red hair. You know what I'm saying? But that's because people don't educate themselves. They don't care about the world. They don't care about other cultures, other communities. They don't want to learn.
Right.
And I'm gonna
It's
just
always why ain't the Middle Eastern people helping us fight this when we are? But when we turn around and say, hey, you know, we need some help over here, people want to be like, no, you're white. That ain't what the government said.
Mm-hmm. I
and
get it.
I was in the comments or whatever of that live that you was in chasing pillows. And I seen Blaze talk about she's reaching. I said, sir, no the fuck she's not. Like, how you gonna sit up here and say somebody's reaching?
First of all, according to Blaze, I was a whole white man like 8 months ago, so I really don't even listen to anything he says. Very, I'm gonna be honest with you.
I replied back and said, how is she reaching? Like, y'all really sitting up here really trying to minimize this. Like, no, this was wrong. This was dead ass wrong. And she knew it.
I want to point out,
That's all I
you
had
know,
to
this
say.
is Brother El Haj Malik El
appreciate you.
Shabazz, Malcolm X, for those of y'all that don't know. But I want to say something to the non-Middle Eastern people that are Muslim that was defending what she said. Y'all do know that Islam and Arab culture go hand in hand, right? Like half of that religion is our culture. How are you going to worship, be involved in or respect something, and then disrespect the people it come from?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I just wanted to bring awareness that saying even like misinformation does harm, especially when you stand on the misinformation, you stand on what nonsense you said, it does harm. Just like when people say things like, you know, what do you identify as? And somebody says, I'm an avocado. In a way, that could be seen as a homophobic comment towards from a queer person, and to invalidate how anybody feels is not fair. That's really.
There was a thing I used to say to people that irritated me on here, and it was just something I picked up growing up. And you tell them it looks like you suck with your sphincter, right? And there was a gay man that came to me, and he was like, although I do find that statement funny, I think that you shouldn't say it because it does have a connotation to it. So I quit telling people that. How hard is that to say, look, I was wrong. I apologize, especially if I offended you, because that's not my intention. I'm sorry.
Right.
And then quit doing it. Why would she come back and double, triple, and quadruple down and still trying to defend it? And then they're calling indigenous people white and this, that, and the other. Like, where's the damn disconnect?
I don't understand, and I'm very neutral. Like, you know, like Cuban knows. Like, but what did Cuban have to do with this? I don't know. Why were you being mentioned yesterday when I was sitting in Tavia's live, and you know Terry was in the box, and I think you were in the box still at that time, and then all of a sudden she's calling you out, saying you defended Zeno and saying that you're like dingy, you're not white, and you go over there to try to defend yourself, and it's just like, get out of here, white tea man, get out of like what
did she say? I said, are you gonna let me up or are you just gonna allow me? She said, I'm just gonna talk shit. I said, okay, you scared of the smoke? I got it. I'm going about my business.
Damn.
Because I'm just saying, first off, I would never defend any of that. As a man, as I got a little girl, as a father, as a man, as a human being, I do not defend anything like that. What he did was out of pocket and wrong, and I hope he rot in hell for it. And like I told him, I hope he feel every bit of pain and suffering that his ancestral foremothers felt all the way back to his origin point, so that he feels it to become the change so his descendants do not turn out like him. That's what broke his heart. In my culture, in that region where my people come from, things like that destroys your soul. And he knows I meant every word of it.
That's messed up to me. It's messed up to me. I'm like, no.
But if that's their excuse or the defense, like, why do people try to deflect from doing bad shit, though? Like, just own up to what you said and did. You were confident and comfortable and laughing and repeating it to your white supporters, telling them you love them and thinking it's a joke with them. I seen all the comments of them laughing. But when you get held accountable for it, because all these communities are like, whoa, you out of pocket. Now it's, oh, well, y'all need to be respectful to me. I didn't know any better. Like, come on. If that's who you support and follow, maybe you shouldn't do that if that individual is telling you that they are not conscious or self-aware enough that they go out here and make statements that echo the sentiments of WS, especially as an oppressed person.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I don't care about any other beef. That's y'all's beef. If like Cuban was saying, there's history or whatever, that has nothing to do with nobody except you, that person, whatever. My thing is what they said on the live that was recorded and of course reposted. It was very harmful, and then to continue with it is even more harmful. And it's not only like it's just you. You have you plus at least 100 people that follow you or whatever that are impressionable, that they agree with everything you said. Oh, well, she apologized and she said this and she said, how is apologizing? Saying, well, I didn't mean to offend you, but that y'all didn't listen to the whole context. What was the whole context other than that? That is the context.
But my thing is, though, duality exists in everything. So even if there is personal history, I'm not attacking this on personal history between me and the individual, right? Because this wasn't, I mean, even though I was mentioned specifically in my community was attacked, this is about what's right and what's wrong. This has nothing to do with personal issues. Just like she kept saying I had a Bucci cat, which she started saying after I told people they had a Cuda cat. But anyway, so I said, sir. They said that I was being transphobic because I said, sir. My thing is this, though. They made a whole page saying Rabbi's a terrorist, and the name of it is Wannabe Black Woman.
What? I didn't even see that. Is it still up?
But I was wrong for responding with sir. Yeah.
What?
I don't pay attention to their troll accounts and stuff. They don't bother me. Look, Jesus was hated by the masses. He was slandered. He was defamed. He was tortured. He was crucified. For what? What did he do to anybody?
Yeah. What?
And yes, I compared myself to Jesus.
That's okay. I get it for the context.
But no, yeah, it says they keep saying that I want to be a black woman, and I'm like, I need y'all to understand that my peoples are prideful people. I don't want to be anything but me.
I'm gonna tell you right now, I don't have no problems.
And the more
with
you listen, the more I love myself.
I'm gonna tell you right now, I don't have no problems with you. The only thing that I ever pointed out that you said or whatever, I ain't agree with. I posted it. That page is long gone. Rest in peace to one of my pages. That page is long gone, but it was.
I don't even remember what it was.
It was something it was just a clip of what you said. But the reason I'm bringing that up is because I just want to show that I'm not being biased, that I'm not trying to attack her. Just like, I'm not trying to attack any of y'all. I'm not trying to attack you with anything I've said. I feel like personally, this going on right here was wrong. There was no indigenous representation in the box. I kept saying in the comments, whereas an indigenous person, can somebody speak on this? And that's when one of the pushers said, well, I'm Middle Eastern and it didn't bother me. But again, you are biased to the situation, and I'm sorry. You know what I'm saying? Like, I do apologize if you feel like invalidated on who you are, because I know far too well how that feels.
I don't. I don't. Honestly, and like I said yesterday in the live that I had, a lot of the times you can just close your eyes and listen to what people say, and you can just picture David Duke saying it. So, it's not uncommon. It's not something I haven't had to deal with. Nobody's ever really called me white till TikTok, though. But I've always had the jokes about my complexion and people saying, well, you don't look like the typical Arab, and where's your head cover and all that other stuff. I'm used to that. I'm used to it. I grew up in the hood. I'm used to it. But my thing is, there was lateral violence against the indigenous community for no reason. There was stereotypes placed on my community that were highly offensive. And then to even bring a third community into it, the Desi people from India, who ain't got nothing to do with it either. Like, I just don't understand. And with me, it's not even about personal issues. The Twin could have said that, and y'all already know me and Twin would have butted heads over it. You know what I'm saying? And vice versa.
Right.
I'm not here to be biased either. Like, wrong is wrong. And that was just completely wrong on so many levels. And the fact that a grown adult is acting like they don't know what they did wrong and telling people, oh, y'all should have just came to me respectfully instead of just calling me names and whatever. Like, no, like, how are
They
you
did.
40 some years old and don't understand society?
And I honestly do feel like, and I don't know Victoria from a hole in the wall, but just from the video she made that I saw today, I was like, she does not. I looked at some of her content. I was like, she does not come off as somebody who's going to be like disrespectful, coming to you like, well, why did you say this? Or why? Like, I'm just like, what were the messages like? It's just odd to me that you're saying the
Oh,
messages.
she's not long.
I'm
A
waiting for her
long
to post
time
it.
ago, there was an issue with another creator in the indigenous community, and I thought I was, stepping in to protect the black woman, and come to find out, she was in the wrong, and the indigenous community was in the right, and I was just going to sit there and take the ass whipping. I was like, I'm wrong, drag me through the mud, right? Victoria was the one that reached out, and she said, no, we're not going to do that. She offered grace when nobody else wanted it. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, she is not disrespectful. She has never been disrespectful, even when people say disrespectful things to her. Like, I mean, I get it. You're only going to take so much before you fire back, but I don't even see her do that.
Right. It's messed up. I don't like it. I'm waiting for her to post those messages.
Now, if they would have said I did it, y'all would have known Rabbi did it.
That's what I'm saying. Just stand. Like, listen, it's okay if you stand on what you say, but we're not always right. Like, it's okay to be wrong sometimes. It's okay to acknowledge that you're wrong and to move on from it and learn from it, and that's it. It's okay. But some people just, I don't know. Some people don't get that. But I'm gonna end the live. I'm probably gonna come back once I see the messages posted. So you guys are more than welcome. You can come back, Rabbi, if you want or whatever. But I'm gonna end for right now, just so I can take my lunch, and that's it. But I appreciate you coming up.
Well, I followed you so I can get the notification.
All right, cool. I'll
I
call you back.
appreciate you just being you.
And listen, whatever it was, I don't know
I
what type
appreciate
of
you just being
weirdness.
you.
I think some type of weirdness was going on after a whole lot of situations, but I don't look at nobody crazy. I'm gonna just tell you right now, and it comes from a good place. I mean well. I always mean well. You know what I'm saying? So just know we all fuck up. But I'm gonna hop off. I'm gonna come back
All
soon.
love, all respect.
All right, respect y'all. Have a good day, everybody. I appreciate you guys coming in and sharing. Okay, and be blessed. But I'll be back. I'm just waiting for the what's up, Chuck Turner? What's up? I'm gonna come back once I see the video with him. I just need some calories, damn it. I'm about to pass out. Peace.